Good evening, I am Sunita Mahapatra from OrissaTV.in bringing you today's news from Odisha. First, the headlines. In Ganjam custodial death case, the inspector in charge of Jagannath Prasad police station has been shunted. Probe handed over to HRPC. Bhubaneswar Development Authority serves notice to more than 50 beneficiaries for misutilization of discretionary quota. Bhutan Steel Plant safety violation woes continue as court slaps heavy fine on the company for third time in 2 months. Crime branch sleuths nab former manager of a coal farm from Kolkata on charges of duping the company of rupees 30 crore. And senior BJP leader and Kendrapada MP Baijan Panda leading Indian delegation for Indo-China bilateral talks in Beijing. Now the details. In a swift action, the state government has transferred the inspector in charge of Jagannath Prasad police station in Ganjam for the custodial death of a person yesterday. The case has meanwhile been handed over to Human Rights Protection Cell. The report appearing barely a couple of months after the Odisha Human Rights Commission rapping the government over a custodial death in Bolangir and asking it to pay rupees 3 lakh ex gratia to the widow of the victim has prompted the government to act immediately. Sources said police had taken Gaurahari Swai of Patadar village into custody on Monday night on charges of theft. However, he had to be taken to hospital next morning after his health condition deteriorated and later he died while undergoing treatment there. Meanwhile, the kin of the victim have alleged that the death occurred on account of police torture in custody. Locals took to streets and staged a road blockage demanding suspension of the concerned police officer and adequate compensation to the victim's family. The agitators relented after additional superintendent of police and Vanjanagar sub-divisional police officer assured them of strict action. On March 23rd this year, the OHRC had ordered the state government to pay an ex gratia of rupees 3 lakh to the widow of Basan Pradhan, who was allegedly tortured and killed while in police custody in Bolangir in 2014. Pradhan, a native of Hathapada of Titlagarh, was arrested by Bolangir town police on charges of buying a stolen mobile phone in June 2014. Reports said he was severely tortured while being in the police custody. When he collapsed, he was taken to Titlagarh hospital, but he succumbed to his injuries there.
सबु आमे वीडियोग्राफी करिछु यार कारण कोन एटा पोस्टमॉर्टम कला पर ही जणा पड़िबो ताकर अभियोगरो पुंखानुपुंख तदंत हबो आमे वर्तमान स्टेज रे वर्तमान इंक्वायरी स्टेज रे अछि इंक्वायरी रे जहा मिलिबो जे दोष करथिबो निश्चित दंडित हेबे. Acting on the state cabinet's decision based on the recommendation of Taradatta Task Force Committee on Allotment of Plots and Flats under discretionary quota, the Bhubaneswar Development Authority has served notices to more than 50 single allotment beneficiaries. This was informed by VDA Vice Chairman Krishna Kumar in Bhubaneswar yesterday. The allottees have been asked to put forth their views on the discretionary quota and present their side within 30 days, Kumar said, adding that in the next phase, notices will be served to single allotment beneficiaries who have transferred their plots, houses and flats. On the other hand, the vigilance probe is on into the irregularities in the discretionary quota allotment. In the first phase, 312 cases of multiple allotments has surfaced and all the files have been submitted to the vigilance department.
हमरो मल्टीपल अलॉटमेंट रो फर्स्ट फेज रे हमें 312 केस टा भारी थिला से 312 केस सब फाइल विजिलेंस को दिया सरिछि ता संग्रे हमरो जहा फाइनल रिकमेंडेशंस हिसाब रे गवर्नमेंट रो इंस्ट्रक्शन हिसाब रे एबे सिंगल डिस्क्रिशनरी अलॉटमेंट रो नोटिस इशू हेबारम होछि हमरो नोटिस रो को फॉर्मेट रे केमती होबो हमरो पूरा लीगल ओपिनियन नहीं करी फाइनल करा सरिछि और 50टा हमें डिस्पैच भी मोर देन 50 हमें डिस्पैच करी सारिछु और एबे प्रक्रिया आरंभ हेछि प्रक्रिया जत्ते पर्यंत सब केस हमने जारी रहिबो सीरियल नंबर हिसाब रे माने हम क्रोनोलॉजिकली इशू करूछु सीरियल नंबर हिसाब रे बिकॉज़ समस्त को तो इशू हेबार अछि सो मैटर इट इज अ मैटर ऑफ माने धरंतु 5 दिन 10 दिन 15 दिन मैटर अछि हमें निश्चय मास भीतर समस्त को इशू हेछि.
Bhutan Steel safety norm violation woes continue even as the Chief Judicial Magistrate Court in Dhenkanal yesterday slapped a fine of rupees 14 lakh on the company. The fine has been imposed on the two vice presidents of the company, Satish Tyagi and Rahul Sengupta. The court penalized the company while hearing 7 out of number of cases registered against the company in 2019 for violation of workplace safety and security norms. 8 persons had died in the premises of Bhusan factory during the period after which cases on account of violation of safety and security norms were registered against the company in the court by the Directorate of Factory and Boiler. Notably, this is the third time when penalty has been imposed on the company within the past 2 months. In the earlier 2 hearings, fine to the tune of rupees 20 lakh was imposed on the above-mentioned errant officers while hearing 10 cases registered against the company. In both instances, the court had also ordered imprisonment for a year in case of failure to pay the fine.
हमरो भूषण ढेंकानाल अगेंस्ट रे हमें टोटल 83 केस करछु ता भितरु 17टा केस फाइनल हेलानी आगरु दीटा फेज रे गोटे 5टा हितला प्रथमे तापरे 5टा फाइनल हिची जोडा जनरल वायलेशन ऊपर हितला आज जो 7टा केस सेडा होचे एक्सीडेंट केसेस एक्सीडेंट रिलेटेड वायलेशन ऊपर आज 7टा केस आज फैसला हिची.
Adding further fuel to the speculations of him joining the BJP, former Chief Minister and 9-time Lok Sabha member Girdhar Gamang is scheduled to visit Delhi today to meet central leaders of the Saffron Party. Commenting on which party Gamang will join, his son Sisi said the picture will be clear in next 2-3 days. However, none of the duo clarified about the call from the Congress President Sonia Gandhi they had got asking them to meet her in Delhi. Earlier, Sisir had hinted at his father joining BJP in a grand ceremony. The junior Gamang, who unsuccessfully contested the 2009 assembly election from Gunpur on Congress ticket, had also resigned from the party. Meanwhile, the state leaders of BJP have said that it has no problem with the veteran tribal leader joining their ranks.
कल आम दिल्ली जाऊँ दिल्ली गला आम जिनसटा डिस्क्लोज करूँ जी इंपोर्टेंट लोक अच्छा समस्त
से जड़े पूर्वतन मुख्यमंत्री यदि केंद्र नेता मान से भेटा चाहिए जेहेतु समस्ते जानते से भेटी पारे राज्यर आज इट इज राज्यर कौन विरोध ना क्या गिरिधारी गमांग हूँ आउ जे कई व्यक्ति हूँ जड़े प्रतिष्ठित व्यक्ति को दल नापी राज्यर कहीं बाधा रु निष्पत्ति केंद्र स्तर में हम.
Senior BJP leader and Kendrapada MP Bhajan Panda is leading the Indian delegation at the India-China bilateral discussion, which is being held at Beijing from June 9 to 22. The delegation will take part in the 6th Indo-China bilateral dialogue, which is being organized by Aspen Center and China Reform Forum. Many eminent politicians, intellectuals and administrators representing both the countries will take part in the dialogue. The dialogue will seek to enhance diplomatic, political and trade relations between the two countries. Moreover, the two nations will also discuss terrorism and security issues. During the discussion, Panda will present his views about the political development in India and enhancing the bilateral ties between India and China. The Indian delegation includes Hindustan Times foreign editor Pramit Pal Chaudhary, former representative of the Prime Minister S.K. Lamba, MP Shashi Tharoor, India Today's China representative Anand Krishnan, former Army Vice Chief Lieutenant General Arvind Singh Lamba, and Aspen Center head Kiran Pastricha, while Indian Ambassador to China Ashok K. Kant is to be a special guest. Coming down hard on deteriorating law and order situation in the city after unidentified miscreants hurled stones at his house in Sector 11 of the city area in Cuttack on Monday evening, former Chief Justice of India Gopal Vallabh Patnaik said he would rather prefer to appoint his own security guards than rely on the police and administration. No one was injured in the incident even as glasses of the windows and doors were broken, sources said, adding that Justice Patnaik's son lodged a complaint with Phase 2 police in this regard. MF Patnaik said now the police have a formal complaint in place. He hopes that proper action would be taken in the case and the perpetrators would be brought to book soon. Notably, 2 high-profile robberies had occurred in the same locality within a span of 10 days. Mass dockets had looted former High Court Justice P.K. Mohanty's house on the night of May 30th, while Lord Ajay Mohanty's house was looted in a similar style a week later.
तेणु दिन दे जड़े साधारण नागरिक पक्षर ये गोटे बड़ असुविधा कथा तेणु नागरिक हिसाब से आम पुलिस को खबर देचु आशा करूँ पुलिस तार अनुसंधान कर दृढ़ पदक्षेप नब किपरि कटक सहर में आईन श्रृंखला बजाय रही मोटे साटिस्फैक्शन ना मुझे आज गोटे आर्म गार्ड आणिक रखी जेहेतु गवर्नमेंट किसी दौनी प्रोटेक्शन आम कौन करूँ.
As part of its probe into the Cuttack kidney racket case, The Enforcement Directorate quizzed Prabhakar Babu, the accused director of Visakhapatnam-based Seven Hills Hospital, at its office in Bhubaneswar yesterday. The probe agency interrogated Babu for nearly 2.5 hours and seized various important documents from his possession. The sleuths also asked Babu about the steps were taken and whether the documents were verified during the kidney transplantation. Notably, the kidney of Namita Naik of Naik Sai in the city was transplanted to Mohan Chandra Lenka last year by changing her identity as Lenka's wife. Recently, a 3-member team comprising 3 assistant directors of the agency had raided the hospital of Visakhapatnam where the transplant had taken place. The team had earlier interrogated hospital staff members and inspected the documents there. The Economic Offences Wing of the State Crime Branch yesterday arrested Purna Chandra Ratha from Kolkata on charges of duping his former employer of Rs 30 crore. Sources said the accused was working as the manager of the Paradip branch of Karamchand Thapar and Brothers Coal Sales Limited and had transferred about Rs 30 crore to his personal bank account by submitting false documents and fake bills. When the company came to know about the financial irregularities, it had registered a complaint with the State Probe Agency, which has since been searching for Ratha by conducting a series of raids at various places. Finally, the sleuths nabbed him from Kolkata last morning. Earlier, the agency had arrested another staff of the company, Ramesh Chopra, on similar charges. The doubling of Sakhigopal-Puri railway line is complete and will be operational by the end of this month, while that of Sambalpur-Jharsuguda line is already complete. East Coast Railway General Manager Rajiv Bisnoy informed media persons in Bhubaneswar yesterday. Moreover, construction of 2 platforms each at Bhubaneswar and Puri will also be completed within the same period, he added. Similarly, construction of a tourist complex, bathroom complex and parking place in Puri will be completed by that time. However, updating on the progress of the much-awaited Khordha-Balangir railway line, Bisnoy said that the Vegunia-Rajsunakala track of the said route will be completed by September this year.
साखी गोपाल से लेकर के पुरी तक हमने उसमें इंजन चला करके 7 तारीख को देख लिया है. वो सेक्शन का काम हमारा पूरा हो गया है और 32.5 किलोमीटर का जो खुर्दा बेगुनिया सेक्शन है पहला, वो बन के तैयार हो चुका है. हमें इंतज़ार है बस एक ट्रेन का अनाउंसमेंट का, जो कि हमने मंत्री महोदय को लिखा हुआ है. जैसे ही वो ट्रेन का अनाउंसमेंट होता है हम इसमें गाड़ी चला सकेंगे.
A disaster management training institute will be set up in Bhubaneswar. This was disclosed in the review meeting of the Revenue Department chaired by Chief Minister Navin Patnaik yesterday. According to the sources, the centre has already accorded approval for the institute. Moreover, akin to the cyclone shelters, protection sets will be built to offer shelter to affected people in the flood-prone areas of the state. During the meeting, decision regarding eviction of land grabbers and introduction of an anti-land grabbing bill in the next assembly session of the cabinet was taken. Moreover, landless families identified as per the survey done in 2011-12 and new beneficiaries will be provided with land by October this year, informed Revenue Minister Vijayashree Rautrai during the review meeting. According to data presented in the meeting, out of 1,49,266 beneficiaries identified in the 2011-12 survey, 1,15,827 have been provided with land till now. Heatwave-like conditions prevailed in the parts of the state as the mercury levels shoot up further, while the sunstroke death toll rose to 41. Highest maximum of 42.9 degrees Celsius was recorded at Sambalpur, followed by Jharsuguda at 41.8 degrees Celsius. Special Relief Commission's office said the toll due to sunstroke in the state has risen to 41, one up from Monday's toll of 40. Bhubaneswar recorded 41.7 degrees Celsius, while Anugul and Hirakud also had a high of 41.7 degrees Celsius. At least 7 major towns in the state recorded temperature above 40 degrees Celsius. However, weatherman has predicted rain or thunder showers at a few places in the next 24 hours. Before wrapping up, the headlines once again. In Ganjam custodial death case, the inspector in charge of Jagannath Prasad police station has been shunted. Probe handed over to HRPC. Bhubaneswar Development Authority serves notice to more than 50 beneficiaries for misutilization of discretionary quota. Bhutan Steel Plant safety violation woes continue as court slaps heavy fine on the company for third time in 2 months. Crime branch sleuths snap former manager of a coal farm from Kolkata on charges of duping the company of rupees 30 crore. And senior BJP leader and Kendrapada MP Baijan Panda leading Indian delegation for Indo-China bilateral talks in Beijing. Thank you for watching. Good night.